Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm not playing any Minecraft music in the background because I didn't want to change my Xbox. Like, turn on my Xbox controller and change the video that I'm watching to the Minecraft music. But today, we are reading from The Strength Between Us. I'm so sorry I did not have this pre-recorded. I would have had this pre-recorded yesterday, but I had a whole lot of things going on yesterday, so hopefully I can get it done today and have it posted very shortly after I record it. So today we're reading The Strength Between Us, and we're probably going to be reading from Days of Pax Part 4 to the first, to probably about Part 3 of Day of Pax. I'm going to read from Days of Pax Part 4 to Part 3 of Pax. But let's just continue. Alright. This is how I used to write, by the way. Do not ask about anything like this. This is what I used to write in. But let's just continue. So, Crystal's point of view, November 26th of 2018. Where is he? I was waiting for Deacon to get home. He went to go visit Ken, and I think it's time I should try to pay Jessica slash also known as Afmel a visit. This should be fun, but I'll do that later. Soon Deacon came home and we sat down, ate dinner, and then went to bed. Then the next day, this is Nightmare's point of view. I'm going to talk to Ethan, or Crank Gameplays, one of Mark's friends, soon. He just needs to be alone when I do. I thought I should talk to Mort and ask him if he wants to go murder some people. I pulled out my phone and called him. He answered on the first ring. I'm ready for killing if you are, babe. Mort and Nightmare are lovers. Just so you know. He sounded so happy. I'm glad he's happy. Okay, I'm going to come over and get you, okay, babe? I then heard a knock on my apartment door. I walked over to it and opened the door. Mort jumped into my arms, hugging me tightly. Babe, you're going to suffocate me. I said playfully, making him giggle, which was adorable. Then out of nowhere, everything went black. Mort's point of view. My boyfriend somehow passed out, and honestly, I didn't see it coming. I picked him up and took him to his room. I walked in and placed him on, but I sat down next to him. He was cold, so I pulled the blanket over us and cuddled him against me. Sean's point of view. Wade has been talking about how I get to be on the panel with him, Bob, Mark, Sean, and Dex, Auntie, and Jacob. I'm excited, yet scared because no one knows who me and Dex are, so you're going to have to explain that. I'm hopefully going to get to ask Dex to be my boyfriend in front of everyone. I'm shy about it, okay? Yeah, Sean likes Dex. If you didn't hear from when I was giving descriptions of the characters, Sean has a thing for Dex, and Dex is a very short character. Dex also has a thing for Sean, so they like each other. I made a lot of couples in this, basically. Like, there was so many couples in this, it was unreal. But let's just continue. Days of Pax, Part 5. Wade's point of view, November 27th of 2018. I decided I'd call Bob up on Skype and ask him if Dex was ready to go when we leave. I pulled out my phone, got on Skype, and called him. Hey Bob, are you, Mandy, and Dex ready to go to PAX? I said. He replied with, yes, we are. I'm so excited, but I'm annoyed that we have to explain who Sean and Dex are. It's so annoying. I giggled. Yes, it is annoying, but we have to deal with it. I'll see you at PAX, Bob. He said. See ya. Slash's point of view. I thought about paying Andy, also known as the Dragon Hat, a visit. The Dragon Hat is Andy's YouTube channel name, if you ever want to look him up. He's a cool YouTuber. He does some role plays and he's pretty funny. He made a game basically called Dude Stop. That's the game that he made, and it's really funny. He's the actor, and not the actor, but the person who tells you like what to do and what you should not do in the game. That's who he is. So I thought I would just state that. So I teleported to his house. His wife Amy was there. Yes, he has a wife named Amy. Not Mark Amy, but it's a different Amy. But that's okay, he was too. They were watching TV, so I decided to freak him out. I went to the power box and turned off the power. It was dark for them, but I could see. Yeah, as a demon, basically I made Slash be able to see in the dark. I mean, it would be a normal thing for demons, right? They would be able to see in the dark. But just continue. Andy's point of view, the power went out, and me and Amy got our phones and turned on the flashlights. Did the news say that there was going to be a storm? She asked me, and I said, no, they didn't. Then we heard a strange noise coming from the kitchen. It sounded like something was tapping on the glass. Yeah, I don't know why, it's just a creepy sound in the kitchen. Always makes sense to me. It makes sense in every horror movie, so why not make it sense in this? Let's just continue. We walked to the kitchen, shined our lights around the room. We froze when we saw a blue figure standing in the center of the room. Hey, Andy and Amy, it's nice to finally meet you two, he said. Me and Amy were confused on how he knew us. Then he snapped his fingers and the lights came on and our phone shut off. Well, I guess I should introduce myself. Hi, I'm Slash. Your demon, Andy, the man said. He did look like me, only he was shorter. His skin was blue and his hair and eyes were purple, with blue highlights. How do you know who we are if we never met you before? I said, looking confused as hell. You'd be surprised. But I have no more time to talk. My boyfriend Shane is probably worried about me. I gotta go. Bye-bye. Sweet nightmares, Andy. So, instead of saying sweet dreams, a phrase for demons to be saying is sweet nightmares. It's basically their phrase to say sweet dreams, but instead of saying sweet dreams, they say sweet nightmares. It makes sense. Alright? It just makes sense. And just like that, he was gone. We went back to the living room to get our minds off of what just happened. Shane's point of view. I was laying on the bed me and Slash shared when he came home. Babe, I'm home. And I got them good, too. He said, oh yeah, I forgot. He went to introduce himself to Andy. He came into our room and snuggled against me. I miss you, Slashy kitty. Slashy kitten. Yeah, Shane and Slash have some pretty cute nicknames for each other. Kind of cringy ones, too. I wrapped my arms around him and he giggled happily. I love you, Queen Bee, he said. I smiled and said, I love you too, my little honeybee. We laid there in silence for a bit. Then we got a call from Dark. I answered it on the second ring. What's up, Dark? We say in unison, and Dark giggles. Well, you know how I've always had feelings for Alex and all. He said, yes, we remember, Darky. He said, well, guess what? We're dating. I'm so fucking happy about it. We could literally hear the happiness in his voice. We're glad you two are. You guys are so cute together. Have fun and be safe, you two. We teased at the end of the call. We then went to bed. Alright, Days of PAX Part 6. Ethan's point of view, November 28th of 2018. I was all ready to go to PAX when I heard a noise. It was coming from my recording room. I headed to my recording room and saw a person in my chair looking forward at my turned off screen. Sir, who are you? I said, and the man turned around to face me. He had yellow eyes, red and green hair. He looked like me. It was creepy. Hi, Ethan-kun. The name's Nightmare. I'm your demon. It's hard to believe me, I know, but it's true. He said he sounded like me, but deeper. I just stared at him, not knowing what to say. He stood up and looked at me. We then heard another voice say, Babe, are you done bothering him? I am bored and I want to have fun. I looked around and I didn't see anything. Nightmare smirked. Sorry about him. Mort gets lonely a lot. He still is embarrassed about moving into my place with me. Nightmare moved behind me and went to the living room. I followed him and saw another demon who was smaller than him. He saw me and smiled. Mort, you know who he is. Ethan, this is Mort, my boyfriend. I think I fainted because everything went black. Yeah, I basically have, like, Ethan's surprised that his alter is gay. So, I was like, make him surprised that his alter is gay. And yes, I had 2 people have headaches because of their alters. Just 2 people. Jessica's point of view. I was with Jason. Jason is Jess's husband. So, and I remember reading a book when my head started hurting. Honey, where's the painkillers? I asked. He said, in the bathroom. You okay, babe? Now, I know this is not really how they would probably act, but it's just for the story. Jess, if you ever hear this, I am sorry. I love you. Afmel, you're a great YouTuber, but I'm sorry if you ever hear this. Even though it's not that bad, I'm just sorry if you ever hear this. I nodded, got up, and went to the bathroom. I looked for the painkillers, but couldn't find them. I then looked in the mirror and saw a girl with crystal blue hair and blood red eyes staring at me. She said, "Hi, Jessica, how are you?" I said, I'm good. Who are you? She smiled and I noticed that her skin was a lavender color. "Oh dear, Jess, I'm you. My name's Crystal. I'm your demon." I didn't believe her. Then I collapsed on the floor, but didn't pass out. I heard Jason run to me. I got up off the floor and looked in the mirror and saw that she was gone. "Honey, are you okay?" He said, coming into the bathroom, looking down at me. That's when I really passed out. Yeah, I made Jess pass out because Crystal was going to be like, "Oh, I'm going to talk to you inside your head if you're not going to believe me in person." So, but I skipped the rest of the part. So, but you know, they talk inside her head. So, that's all I have to say. Mark's point of view. I am glad that I got everything packed now. I just need to tell Dark that I'm going to be leaving. I walked to the living room where Dark and Alex were and saw them sleeping on the couch. I tapped Dark's shoulder. He woke up and looked at me. "What is it, Mark?" "I was having an amazing dream," he said quietly. I smiled and said quietly, "I was going to tell you that I'm leaving now, so bye-bye." Well, bye-bye. That's how I said it, but leave it alone. I'm gonna just leave it alone. He waved bye to me, and I walked back, walking out of the living room, and I waved back, walking out of the living room with my luggage. Yeah, out the door with my luggage. There we go. Can I speak properly? Sean's point of view. I was done packing for PAX and went to Auntie's room to ask if he was done. When I walked in, I saw him wearing a leather jacket that said Glitch Bug on the back of it. "Auntie, are you ready to go? We need to head to the airport." He turned around and nodded. We got our luggage in the car and drove to the airport. Yeah, the reason why Auntie's wearing the leather jacket is because he was thinking about Jacob, and that's why he was really quiet at the moment. He was thinking about a really sad moment that happened with Jacob, so he was wearing the jacket to kind of keep himself composed. I'm not going to explain why, like, what the moment was, but he was just very depressed at that time, and that's why he was wearing that jacket. Alright, Days of PAX, Part 7. This is the final Days of PAX chapter, and then the next 3 chapters are PAX. Because, there's 3 days of PAX, so it makes sense that there'd be 3 chapters per PAX. Let's just continue. Mort's point of view, November 29th of 2018. Me and Nightmare had fun last night at his place. Today I decided I talked to Mitch. I went to where Mitch lived and basically knew how I'd let him know about me. I took possession of his friend Christina. She wasn't too hard to take possession of. Okay, so before we continue with this, I'm going to just show a picture of Pentatonix at the time of this. Oh, can I actually put the name correctly? Can I put the name correctly? Alright, I'm just gonna put his name. Alright, I'm going to go on YouTube. Want to go to my subscriptions? Gotta scroll. I'm sorry I'm being quiet because I'm trying to find the name. Alright, so I'm going to go back to when this was, so like when this exactly took place, or at least I need to actually just spell their name. Alright, so I'm going to show an image of what these guys look like. Alright, so I'm going to show very quickly. This one right here, this is Mitch. And this one, I don't think that's Christina anymore. Because Christina was the old one, so let me see if an older, yeah, here's an older picture. This is what the older group, yeah, he left, but so this is Christina, and this is Mitch. So this is the one who Mort is the altar of. This is the person who he takes possession of. Just thought I would say this very quickly before anything, goes, before we continue on. Let me get back to that one. There we go. And now let me put my phone back over here, and I will continue reading. Alright. Mitch's point of view. I was talking to Christina when she said, "Do you believe in demons?" I nodded even though the question was weird. I then see her collapse onto the floor. I picked her up and placed her on the couch next to us. I then see a demon standing beside her. "Who are you?" I said, staring at him. "I'm Mort. I'm your demon. Sorry about making her pass out like that. It was an accident." After he said that, he left. Auntie's point of view. I was sitting on the plane next to Sean. I was looking out the window and some memories came back. This is basically a memory that, and I want to make the outfit that Jacob has in this, but I don't think I'll be able to ever make this outfit because I cannot wear like the outfit that he wears all the time. But let's just continue. Flashback. It is October 31st of 1995. I was sitting in class when I saw him walk in. The him is Jacob, by the way. He was wearing his red and black flannel, skin-tight jeans that said on the back, "Bootylicious." Yes, they say "Bootylicious" on the back. I mean, hey, he does have a nice arse. Instead of saying ass, I went with the Irish form. The Irish and British way of saying it, so don't judge me. He also had on his leather jacket that said on the front, "I'm crazy," and on the back, "I'm fucked up in the brain," because he is very crazy. His shirt said, "I fucked bitches like this." He also wore his fuck off necklace. Yeah, he has a necklace that says fuck off on it. Yeah, he has a lot of things that basically just say fuck in them. Because he doesn't like, saying peaceful things. He's a very aggressive man. He likes to be very aggressive when he can be. But let's just continue. He looked fucking sexy in that outfit. He came over to me and sat next to me. I saw that his eyes were saying that he was hurting. "What happened, Jakey Cake?" So I whispered, looking into his eyes. "Someone tried to rape me again. It was one of our teachers." I was so mad. I pulled him into my lap. I didn't care if anyone was staring at us. "Jacob, babe, listen. If they touch you again, call me, okay? I'll be there as fast as I can." He smiled and nodded. Then he snuggled into my chest. Man, I love this boy. He's so cute. In the flashback, I looked down and noticed I had, a little something. He had a boner. Thinking about that day. I mean, can you blame me? Jacob literally looked like a sexy ass bitch in that outfit. I hope I can do what I want to do. Please say yes when I ask you. Yeah, I'm sorry, by the way, if I say ask in a weird way, if it sounds like I'm saying axe. It's because I have a hard time saying any word with an SK. So, like, if it's SK, I have such a hard time with saying that. So, I just thought I would let you know this. But, let's continue. PAX, this is the first chapter of PAX, and it's part 1, basically. Auntie's point of view, November 30th of 2018. Today is the first day of PAX, and me and Sean have a panel today. I'm nervous. I mean, it's Mark's panel, but still. Put my mic on like everyone else and wait to go on stage. This is a third person perspective. I don't do many of these, but I just do a couple of them in here. I don't do third person perspective most of the time anyway. I mainly do first person perspective because I feel like it's better just to have yourself situated as the character because you feel more emotion and you feel more connected to the characters. So that's why I'm like, I want to have the person feel more connected to the characters. But let's just continue with the story. Mark went out first. Okay, everyone. So today we have 4 special guests joining us. First, I'll bring in the normal people you're used to seeing. Then I'll bring out our guest. He said, okay, first is the one and only Bob. So Bob comes up on the stage. Now Jack. Sean walked up onto the stage. And lastly, Wade. Wade came up to the stage. The crowd was excited to know who the guests were. Okay, Auntie, join us, my friend. Yes, I have Mark say, join us, my friend, to Auntie. Auntie's point of view. I heard Mark say my name, and I walked up onto the stage. Everyone in the crowd gasped. I felt Sean put a hand on my shoulder. He mouthed the words, "It's okay, Auntie." I smiled and nodded. Okay, now we have Dex. Yeah, I'm putting them in order by names. So, Dex walked out and stood by Bob. Now Jacob. Jacob walked out and stood by me and Sean. Mostly he stood beside me. Lastly is the other Sean, aka Wade's alter. Walked onto the stage and stood by Wade. It was a Q&A panel, so yeah, we expected a lot of questions. I mean, who wouldn't? 4 demons with 4 humans? Yeah, questions were to come. You can do this, Auntie. There's no going back once you say it. Auntie's basically still trying to ask Jacob out, but he's really scared too. Alright, part 2! This is the second day with Jacob's panel. So, Jacob's point of view. I had my panel to go to today. Auntie, Sean, and Dex were on it. I walked onto the stage with my mic. I don't know why, but every time when I said mic, like M-I-C, whenever I said mic in the text, it would always capitalize the M. I don't know why, It's just my phone would always autocorrect it to being capitalized. I don't understand it, but let's just continue on and said, "Okay, Outcast, yeah." He went by the same thing I did, since he's basically me. So I was like, yeah, I kind of wanted to just have him say, "Okay, Outcast," that kind of thing, like what I do every introduction of the videos. I have people joining me. Auntie, please come up to me. Auntie walked onto the stage and stood beside me. Alright, Dex, your turn. Dex walked onto the stage and stood beside Auntie. And lastly, Sean. Sean walked up onto the stage and stood beside Dex, holding his hand. The crowd said, "Aww." Seeing them holding hands was cute. I like to play games on my panels. So I said, "Let's play Cards Against Humanity. It's always a fun game." I smiled, and so did everyone else. The time skip brought to you by my master, which my master is my boyfriend. I'm more so his master, though, which is kind of funny. Let's just continue. I walked back to my hotel room after dinner. I sat on my bed. I was about to cry, seeing that I still didn't have the strength to ask him. I wish I fucking could just ask him. Bzz, bzz. This buzzing sound, a vibration sound of a phone. My phone went off and I pulled it out of my pocket to see what it was. It was a text from Chris. "Where the hell were you, chicken? Did you finally decide to be homeschooled by your dead mother?" Okay, that pissed me off. I felt tears run down my face. No, I didn't decide to be homeschooled. By the way, he has Chris labeled as bully on his phone. And I'm at Plax Unplugged, which I'm glad to be at. I'm away from you. You also we're done, bitch. I blocked his number. I blocked him on everything as I let the tears run down my face. I laid in the bed crying for hours until I fell asleep. I am glad that bitch is no longer with me. Dumped him, and now I can enjoy better things. If you remember, this is actually a quote in a way. This is actually referencing the very first chapter with Auntie, which is titled "A Sad Yet Wonderful Day," when Auntie meets Jacob, basically, when he's talking to Mindy, and basically says to Jacob after they break up, like, "I'm glad she's out of my life. I get to enjoy better things now." He's basically like that. He's like, "She was a bitch anyway." Well, let's just continue. Alright. Pax Part 3. This is the third chapter and the final chapter that we'll be reading today. And then next week we'll basically be reading from Meanwhile in Another Realm, which is a very short one, to School Part 2. So a decently long chapter. But let's just continue. So, Auntie's point of view. Previous day when Jacob was crying himself to sleep. This was the previous day, basically, this same time. I walked by Jacob's room and I heard quiet sobs then I heard nothing. I walked in and I saw him asleep, but his eyes were puffy from crying. That damn bitch Chris. I heard Jacob, he's dead when I see him. I walked over to his bed, laid beside him and pulled him into my arms. He needs me. I have to be here for him. The next day, I woke up before Jacob did, and well, guess what I fucking had? I had a fucking boner. Jeez, I can't seem to escape this. Bzz, bzz. I heard Jacob's phone go off. I got up, and it was a message from an unknown number. Yeah, even though he blocked him, I wanted to make it to where, he just still texts him back. Jacob, I know for a damn fact that you did not just break up with me. I'm the best thing you've ever had in a relationship. Listen here, you think you're the best thing to happen to Jacob? Fucking dumb, because Jacob has something a lot better than you. And who are you talking to him? You're probably a made-up person. That hurt, but I was already mad at him. I'm Auntie, Jacob's best friend, and hopefully someday his boyfriend. Now leave Jacob alone or I'll kill you. And I fucking mean it, I'll end you. He didn't say anything after that. Good. I deleted the chat, placed his phone on the nightstand. I went to get up, but I was pulled back into the bed. Auntie, you don't have to go on a panel today, right? I nodded. He smiled. I don't either. Will you lay here with me for just a little longer, please? He did the puppy eyes. How could I say no? I laid back down beside him, and he snuggled up into my chest. It was cute on how happy he got when he was with me. And then there's a lot of stutter, so I'm not going to read the stutter. But it says, Jacob, listen, there's something I want to ask you. And I did not want to read the stutter, but it's just, it's so hard for me to do the stutter because, like, this is like, I can't do that right now. I can't, because it makes me laugh. There at my fucking stuttering self. He looked up at me. What is it, Glitch Puppy? Okay, here goes nothing. This one I can do because it's very short. But I'll just do it. What will you be? What? I felt a pair of lips touch mine. It was Jacob. He was kissing me. I kissed back. I heard him whisper into the kiss. I will, Auntie. You don't know how long I've been waiting. We kissed for a long time, then we pulled away and looked at each other in the eyes. You're beautiful, my precious pumpkin. I smiled. He blushed and laid his head against my chest. I'm going to go with him to Oklahoma. I need to protect him. Yeah, in this story, Jacob lives in Oklahoma, where I live, which is what I kind of did. But that is the ending for today. And then next week, we start out with a very short chapter. It's literally only 3 paragraphs long. It is very short, very tiny. So, I hope you all enjoy this video. I hope you guys have a fantastic day and a fantastic rest of the week. And I hope that you guys also make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Make sure to ring that notification bell. Share this around with your friends if you think that they will enjoy hearing someone just randomly jabber and blabber about fucking characters in a story. I hope you all enjoy. Have a great day. Love you all. You guys are amazing. Stay outcast. Stay wild.